How do you know if you have a problem with your electrical system? Or that when you accidentally shorted out your batteries like an idiot, that there's still an issue? This is how I know I got a short somewhere. Positive and negative from the house batteries. Continuity check. Time to go on the hunt. But before I go and troubleshoot everything between this battery box, battery control center, and the actual house batteries, I'm going to disconnect the two I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the coach batteries right here, right there. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect that from there. I have no connections to the main battery here for the chassis, and then I'm going to recheck again to see if there is still a continuity, see if there's still a short somewhere. Besides, it really doesn't matter whether or not I take this wire off and then put it back, because I did call up the company yesterday, RV Custom Products. Yeah, I had to look on my thing. Called them up yesterday to ask them about, you know, I told them that I had shorted out the house batteries, and I was wondering if I was supposed to be getting continuity between two wires. And if I remember correctly, yeah, I don't remember correctly, but anyway, they said that no matter what, it doesn't matter if the short came from the house batteries into here, this isn't going to be shorted out. I said, okay. So then that tells me, obviously, that I have somewhere else I need to be checking for a short, which is why we went ahead and checked the batteries first to see if there's a connection. Now I connected the positive wire from the battery control center, just so that if I'm still getting a connection here, then that tells me that it's not in the battery box, that it's time for me to get under the frame and see if I can find an actual short somewhere. So let's see what we got. And so far, nothing. Just to verify, yep, we still have continuity. Check, get that into the wire. All right, so that tells me between here and the battery control center, there's not a short. All right, check again. I need to get the best connection possible that I can. Yep, nothing. All right, so time for something else. All right, so here's what I mean. Somewhere between, what is this wire, I want to make sure. It is circuit break, well, yeah, these two circuit breakers right here. Between these circuit breakers and the ground, there's a connection. All right, let's go to the bottom circuit breaker. There's two wires right there. All right, there's nothing for P13, and let's check. All right, we had something there we go. There's a connection in the ground between the chassis, or not the chassis, the coach batteries and the ground. There's a connection. If I put on the lug right there, come on. We can do it again. All right, I know you all heard it anyway. So now, all of a sudden, there is no connection. Let's try this other ground. and there's nothing there. Oh, there it is. Just had it. All right. Well, either way, with this ground and the other one, there's still a connection between those lugs somehow. I don't know how, and that's the thing that's getting me right now. So, push those two circuits in, try it again. Yep, still has it. All right. Wonder if. All right, the lugs into the circuit breakers, which would make sense if we look at this right here. But if I'm getting a connection between here and here, that means this here. Oh, hold on. All right, so they have a schematic, and if you were to look at it, you'd be looking at it like this from the battery control center of these three pieces right here. So far, I was testing the coach battery connect from this bus bar to here. All right, here and here has a connection, which shows that they both go into the coach battery disconnect. Now, if that is the problem, that might also be the problem now that I think about it. If I'm getting a test, I take the wires off, there's no such thing, there's no more continuity test between the wires at the batteries in the coach. But when I take the wires off of the lug here, and I do a continuity test here, and in between these two circuit breakers here and here, we see they're both connected on each side of this coach battery disconnect. So 1, 2, 3 things could possibly be my problem. Now I just have to figure out how to test them. Okay, so after testing all day and moving stuff, making another call back to RV Custom Products, I read the instructions and anyway, I read the troubleshooting guide, not the instructions, and we started troubleshooting, and we got to this purple and gray link here, which is 2 wires on the back to the chassis battery relay. And the testing is if you get positive on, if you push the button inside the motorhome to put battery to the relay, to turn it on, it should get power to the purple, ground to the gray. If you push it to the bottom, the opposite is true. Well, it happened. We got positive where it's supposed to be and gray where it's supposed to be. But the problem is it's not supposed to, which means the RV chassis relay is bad. So we finally come to the conclusion of what the problem is with this now. So I gotta end up taking it out again of the motorhome, taking this board out and then replacing that relay, which is no big deal because I'm gonna wait until they send me the proper isolators right there. So that's good news. It's not the inverter, or we thought it was the generator because we had contacted the guy and he said test this, try that. We thought it was the generator on that. It wasn't. We also thought that hold on. Okay. We also thought that it was the generator itself that might be bad, but we got a feeling that that relay, when I pushed the batteries in backwards, fried the relay and also is showing problems with everything else. So one thing at a time, place the relay back here, and then we continue on testing from there. But we may not even need to continue on testing because it might be done after that. So I know I didn't show much that was happening. It was just a bunch of testing and stuff that was going on. If you need a more in detail
video of what I did because you're having the same issue, I have no problem doing it a little bit more. So until then, thanks for watching this short video of me finally figuring out where the problem is that I caused by putting my batteries in backwards, the polarity, and I will see you on the next one.